Brexit is real. Yeah, Brexit is real. We're seeing a lot of interest from companies across the UK, and up until probably Q4 last year, it was probably a bit of a concept, but there's a lot more traction. There's a lot more meaningful due diligence, and we're seeing negotiations, active negotiations. So it's progressed to a degree where we're comfortable that it's a very real prospect, and we're seeing companies negotiating on space. I know there's some concern when we saw AIG, the financial wing of Blackstone, and a few other companies like Standard Chartered pick Brussels and Luxembourg, that maybe Dublin was going to lose out. And I think the first loss was, if you like, HSBC. They went to Paris. But there's specific reasons for each of those decisions. HSBC had staff and a very strong presence in Paris already, so they felt that was the natural choice for them. And there is some concern maybe, and the European Central Bank head of supervisory, Daniel Noyu, voiced this as well. He felt there might be a race to the bottom in terms of regulation and supervisory. So for that reason, there was some concern over the whole exercise being a brass plate exercise. But there will be certain examples of that. But on balance, there's companies looking to move substantive business, and there's companies looking to move some of that substantive business to Ireland. So Ireland is a small market, and any wins at all will have a great impact. So the potential wins for us are Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, and Barclays, to name but a few. They're quite active at the moment. So Brexit is real. It will benefit the Dublin office market. I know there's a wider discussion about the negative wider impact of Brexit, but from an office property perspective, yeah, it's good. Am I concerned with oversupply or undersupply in the Dublin office market? On balance, it's balanced. So, without sounding too mathematical, there's about 3.7 million square feet under construction at the moment. And of that 3.7 million square feet, 1.7 million is already let. So that's about 40%, which is very healthy, and it's a good indication of demand. And that's not just Brexit related, that's from across the board, and the IT sector is still very strong. So it's nicely poised. If demand was any less, perhaps there might be downward pressure on rents. If it was any more, there might be upward pressure on rents. So it's a nice state of equilibrium, if you like. Demand equals supply, and we see that being the case, at least in the short term. So the overall demand last year was about 2.5 million square feet, which was a very healthy take-up, and I think the fourth highest on record. So demand is good, supply is good, and a good percentage of that supply, as we've seen, 40%, is already spoken for. So it's nicely balanced. I wouldn't be concerned about oversupply, and I think we've just about enough to facilitate demand, particularly if Brexit takes hold, which it looks like it really is.